What's up, guys? It's Norblades here, coming back at you with another video. Today I'm bringing y'all a new series, well, the start of a new series. I'm calling it How to Be a Better Blank. And you know what? I was like, hey, let's start this off with some sweet old solo lane. Because solo lane's lit. But we're not only going to do solo lane, we're going to do mid, every other role, and probably some other stuff. Who knows, really? Yes. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. So you're here to be a better solo laner, huh? Came to the right place because I'm here to try to help you. So, one thing about solo lane, god picks. Gotta get your god picks now. You got warriors and guardians. Those are pretty much the best classes to put in a solo lane. Are there exceptions on other gods, such as Loki? Yeah, you can play Loki in solo lane. I advise you to not, because Loki late game is only good for split pushing and one-shotting a squishy if they're out of place. Other than that, there's just no need for them. There's a lot of better options. For example, Ravana. If you really want to get aggressive in solo lane, he's a great guy to do it with. If you want, guys a little bit more on the safe side, San Wukong, Vamana. You want those guys that be like, really great in team fights. You got your Amaterasu, even though she is going to fall behind in the early game, because her early game clear isn't all that good until she gets to like level 6, level 8. Ish, around that area. That's when their clear starts, getting a little bit stronger. But if you want some nice safe clear, Chalk's always a good guy to go with. Safe, high sustain, has that nice ultimate where you can just silence all enemies and knock them up. Has a teleport too, really good guy to use. Another thing about solo lane, laning phase. Laning phase, very important. Securing your own buff, your own mana buff. Watching out for invades. Gotta watch out for the invades. It's always good to get some wards or vision above your buffs. Like level 1 as soon as the game starts, to know if they're gonna invade, and so you can prepare for it. Because nothing's worse than when you're just sitting here, ready to get your blue buff. Just dropped your assassin speed, and then boom, RKO, 2 abilities, level 1 out of nowhere, coming to take your blue. And next thing you know, you're in lane, no blue buff, out of mana, and you're dying. Unfortunate. Not good for any solo laner. Fastest way to get behind. But you can stay ahead too by hitting fire minions with your jungler. Get that little bit of XP, it's really good. Also, want to be a better solo laner? Don't pick crazy gods unless you get the experience. You gotta have experience first before you go after some crazy gods. You got to. Like, don't just pick up solo lane and be like, you know what? Let's play some Jingwei solo. And this is your first time soloing. It's not gonna go well. Especially if the person you're playing against has really good experience playing this lane. You gotta know the rules of the lane before you can break them. Have to. Every lane needs experience to be better. Not experience as in-game experience, because, yeah, that's important, but it caps out at 20. You're not getting higher than 20. So, the more in-game experience you have, and by in-game I mean like your lane, like what you're doing, the longer you've been playing solo lane, outside of, even if you have less experience, you can still end up getting the W over the person you're playing against if they're fucking up. That's if they're fucking up. But it's still something that could happen. Still something that. Another part of being a better solo laner. Rotate two objectives. Like early game Gold Fury, because your team's going to need the help. Unless one, if not both the people in dual lane are dead, or if the mid laner is dead. And the enemy team doesn't have any way of, you know, easily stealing it. Like a Poseidon Kraken. Or a Cuckoo Ultimate. Or just the good old-fashioned Jingui ult over the walls. And you also want to rotate the mid and dual lane after you kill the person in your lane. Or they're just not there, or they're over there. Like if you're just chilling in solo lane, and let's say you're playing Bellona, and Ravana is over in mid lane. You get up, and you run to mid lane too. But clear that wave first, so you can get that wave XP. And then hope that you get that level over them. Because these minion XP waves, they really count. They count. It's an easy way to get behind if you miss too many of them. And with those minions going into the tower, that Ravana's probably not going to make it back there in time to clear that wave. And they're going to lose out on all that XP. As long as they don't get a kill in mid. Or like 2 assists. Because then that'll like balance out. And plus they'll get the gold too. Nobody wants that. Alright. So you got your laning phase down. You know, you got your rotations down. You got your god picks down. Now it's about the wards. You gotta be warding as a solo laner. You don't want to get... You don't want to be that one unfortunate guy that gets ganked by their whole team. Or just 3 of them. Like right now. Like, look at that. If I wouldn't have had that ward, I wouldn't have seen that Thanatos and Poseidon were coming. I probably still would have been up at Loki's tower, getting pooped on by all of their ults. Which is not a good thing. Ever. Ever is it a good thing. And you don't want to not be in lane, and then your opposition leaves lane, goes over the mid, and starts messing things up over there. So even if you're not in lane, you know they left lane, and you could still call it out to your team. So they'd be aware that, you know, hey, he's not in lane. Be careful, or else you're gonna get yammed. So then they won't be, you know, sitting there, enemy missing left, just spamming that. Then you get the mean old you rock cancel that about 15 times. It's just not good. How you guys holding up? Because we're almost to the end. We're down to the second to last thing. You got to be zoning objectives when your team decides to do them. It's either you or the support. It's one or the other. If the support's zoning, you're tanking. If you're zoning, the support's tanking. That's just how it is. Like if you're doing Fire Giant and their team is starting to, you know, rotate over there, either you or the support is over there keeping them busy so your team can do that objective. And I prefer for it to be the warrior that goes out there because the warrior can actually deal damage. Our solo laner will deal damage and be tanky. Unless you're playing like some non-tanky god like a Willix in solo or Arachne in solo. Then send over that support and oh my god, this Thanatos is some garbage. How did you miss that scythe? Fam, you need help. Anyway, and also when it comes to tanking objectives, other objectives, and by objectives I mean structures like towers and phoenixes, you should stand on the outside of them and just let your team go in there. Unless the enemy teams start showing up, then go over there and hit them so that your team isn't getting targeted by the phoenix instead of you. Because you and the support are going to have the most health. And the supports, you know, just respawn or, you know, back to get an item. Another. Last and finally, your build. Your build as a solo laner. Tank and maybe a damage item or two. maybe a damage item or two. Because you want to be tanky enough to tank out all the damage that they're doing to you. But you want to have, you know, a damage item or two to just increase your base damage so that your abilities aren't tickling and that they can actually get through. You can deal some type of structure damage and objective damage. So you're just not sitting there trying to hit gold tier with a breadstick. You know what I'm saying? And when you go tanky, don't only go protections and don't only go health. That's the word I was looking for but couldn't find. Go a mixture of both. Like go Bulwark of Hope and Breastplate. Get Hide of the Urchin and maybe Spirit Robe. If you want to, you can get Magi's. You can get Tank Boots. That's a good one. Just, you know, adjust for the situation at hand. Like, for example, if you have a Hell in your lane, I don't know why I keep on using Hell as an example, but you know, yeah. If you have a Hell in your lane, don't go Breastplate after you get your boots. You won't need it. I guarantee you Hell is not going to do physical damage. Guaranteed. Yeah, that cooldown is going to look good, but you know, how's it going to save you? You need to get a magical protection second. Then you could get a damage. And then you could get your physical protection. It's not how the order goes. Unless you want to get Wing Blade or something. I normally get Wing Blade like last or second to last now. On certain guys. Like I'd get it on Amaterasu. I wouldn't really get it on Chop. You know, just certain warriors get certain items. That's what I was talking about earlier with the difference in builds. And, oh, they're trying to take this right tower. This is part of the rotations I was talking about, you know? I mean, granted, the person in my lane wasn't dead, but I have their tower and 4 levels over them. They might as well be dead. And I think we end up taking this tower and sieging the next one later. I'm pretty sure how that goes. But we're not doing this gameplay right now. But if you want this gameplay, you let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed, and leave that thumbs up. Lets me know that you actually want me to continue this series. Know what I'm saying? But till next time, it's your boy Norblades. Have a chill day, y'all. Alright, peace.